Hi, Mark here. Monday, February the 2nd, going on 10 a.m. Eastern. That's going on 3 p.m. GMT, into the heart of the US session and into the last couple of hours of the European session. Let's have a look how the US dollar is performing. Strong US dollar today, picking up from where it left off in the latter stages of last week, continuing today. We saw that through the Asian, European, and so far during the US session. I've got support at 96.88 and resistance 97.40. So we are seeing strong US dollar on the index. We'll see whether that can be maintained. The intraday resistance was a previous support level in the middle of December. We'll see if that becomes relevant, if buyers can break above this, continue with dollar strength, or if we're going to see a turnaround from dollar strength to dollar weakness and a bounce down of this level, but certainly strong US dollar in the early stages of the US session. Let's have a look at the majors, starting with the euro against the US, and there you see it, continuation of dollar strength. That's selling euro, buying US dollar, the red candlestick. I've got resistance at 118.76. I've got support at 118.08. And you can see the support also matching with a previous resistance level. We'll see if sellers can continue this. Sellers of euro and US dollar strength break below the 118 level, or if we're going to see from a turnaround from strong to weak US dollar and buyers of euro bounce up off this support level. But certainly strong US dollar against the euro early in the US session. Let's have a look at the pound. Similar pattern, you can see that there's the red candlestick, selling pound, buying US. I've got resistance at 137.18. I've got support at 136.27. A little bit of a bounce up off that level. We'll see if that does materialize. That would be buying pound, selling US dollar, looking up at resistance and looking back up at the 137 or higher. But for now, strong US dollar and selling pound, buying US dollar, and EMAs look like they're about to cross over as well if this selling does continue. US dollar against the yen. Certainly strong US dollar against the yen this morning. 154.54 is the support, and resistance is at 155.54. Intraday resistance moving higher right now, buyers of US, sellers of yen. And again, you can see EMA is about to cross over if dollar strength continues against the yen. If there's going to be a turnaround from strong to weak US dollar, a bounce down off this level, the 155.50 area, and sellers will be looking below 155 at the 154.54 support level. US dollar against the Canadian. Certainly strong US dollar against the Canadian. You can see that Friday was a strong day, double bottom and engulfing the previous candlestick, gapped higher to start today, and so far strong, certainly buyers prevailing and US dollar strengthening against the Canadian. I've got support at 136.15. I've got resistance at 136.74. That level being tested right now. This resistance is a previous support from December last year. We'll see whether buyers can maintain or if there's going to be a turnaround from strong to weak US dollar. Sellers step in at around this level, the 136.70, look down at the 136 support area. So certainly strong US dollar to start, and testing relative resistance and support levels right now. We'll see if that does continue through the US session, if prices remain where they are, or if we're going to see a turnaround from strong to weak US dollar. We have our levels to work with. Good trading. I'll see you at the end of the session.